Well, hello. Here we are in venues of all places. There's a few people here, which is quite nice. So I don't really have a plan for today. It's quite early. No, it's quite early. It's not really. It's just had a late night, as you do. So just gonna have a quick wander around a couple of places, maybe see how people are doing. Might sort of pop into build mode, I guess. If anyone's out there, of course, please do say hello. It's always good to do that. Right, so let's go to our first destination. Gosh. Oh, there's some people who were up quite late last night, and they seem to be still up right now. No judging, but must be very late for them. What? Why though? Okay. God. Terrible. Really, really bad. Hey? That's weird. Oh, I think everyone just disappeared. Or they're running around like madmen. I don't know. Can't work it out. So. Oh, no. No. But you. No, you didn't. You stupid. Sorry. I'm just cussing to myself. Ew, that's ghastly. Right, yeah. We'll jump into Central first, I think, and then we'll... Yeah. See you soon. Maniacal laughing. Hello, Deadshot Dog. Deadshot Dog is doing a funny little dance over here and jumping around. Good stuff. So, let's explore. We're not stopping here long. We're not stopping here long, but we'll have a little look around. Alright, follow me. Ah. Interesting. Okay. Found the source of the laughter, I think. Okay, there's I don't think we'll stick around. I think we'll go to the other way. So follow me. We'll get the show. How? Let's go. Okay, welcome. I still haven't decided on a name for this world yet. Okay, so welcome to build mode, Saturday build mode. Why not? Let's get started. So today what I'm aiming to do is, you see the sun lounges over there? That design, I'm going to have to go with that. So it sort of, I'll give you a demonstration actually if we just walk over here. I put a shower in. was showering last night, and I'm not convinced by this, to be honest. And to be honest, I don't think I need to build a toilet in here. I know that sounds ridiculous, but this is the metaverse. I don't think we need toilets. Just go on the beach. Shh, no, I don't go in the sea. Who does that? What? Why am I still talking? Oh. So yeah, just as a demonstration, I don't know. I might keep the little outdoor shower. That's kind of cute. But if I go over here, you can kind of see here's the problem. We went over this a couple of days ago. You can see the legs are sort of sticking out the bottom. And again, this is the whole thing where it would be nice to sort of model real life, but practically in the metaverse, certainly in Horizons, that there are no lie down animations at present. So we do have to sort of design around that. That is a constraint that we have to operate within. By the way, if anyone's on the chat right now, hello. I am checking intermittently, and if I don't respond straight away, I do apologize. Just wait a little bit, and I will see it. So because this doesn't work because the legs stick out the bottom, we move to this sort of model, and this looks a bit better. Now we could go full pelt here and have little legs that sort of appear. That could be quite fun. That could be quite fun. Oh my god, if you try it, like I'm totally down. I'm totally down for it. So we're gonna have to create sort of gender neutral bottoms because I have no way of ascertaining whether the person in Sunlander is male or female, so I don't want to cause anyone offense. So as long as no one's offended by sort of speedos or bikini bottoms or whatever, then we'll fine. We can just carry on. I can't believe I'm saying this. All right. So to do this, what I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in some, I think some capsules. I could use spheres. That's probably the better way. I'm not a great character model, just a warning. So this is purely for fun. But we are going to get busy. So, and again, I've got no way of, this is the other danger, I've got no way of ascertaining skin color either. So unfortunately, I'm going to design this around me selfishly, and I might add in some different skin tones as we go around if I decide this idea is good, which there's no guarantees as yet. So what I'm going to do first of all, if I haven't already, I'm just going to group this model up because that is a design that I want to replicate. So if I, well, yeah, that is a design that I want to replicate. Okay, so, oh, this is really glitchy. Come on, my air link is failing all over the place right now. Okay, good. Right, so if I just group that. Now I need to just lock this bit of scenery behind me because it's currently interfering with my selections, which is not great. Oh wow, all the blocks were unlocked. Must have been repainting them or something last night. Oh no. So there's a tip for new builders. If you don't want to accidentally drag things around as you're working, make sure you use the lock button. Very, very important. Very important. So I'm just going to move you back here, just so you've got a slightly better view. Ooh, hey, splish splash. Cool. Look, it's a ball. So we're just now we've grouped that. What I'm going to do just for now is I'm going to take that, move it away, take that, move it away, and I'm just going to replicate these across to where I think they should be. Oh, damn it. Stupid snapping. Snapping can really work against you sometimes. So there we go. I think that's okay. And then I want to do another one over here. And the syncable mesh under here is quite important as well because I'm going to use that for more of these areas to do syncables. Not the beds over there though. That's a different matter entirely. So just to add a bit of natural variation, because sun lounges do kind of line up, but they're never completely lined up, are they? So we just move things just a little bit, and then I'm gonna spin. Oh my god, just a tiny little spin, right? I may have to reset this machine. This being a little bit jippy. My air link. The problem is when you're building and you're trying to sort of fine tune and position objects, if you've got any sort of like intermittent lag going on, that can really mess with you. So yeah, it's not clever. Just going to check what's running on that machine. No, just MetaQuest Connect. That's it, right? Okay, cool. So that's really frustrating. I hope we don't have to restart the stream. I may have to restart the stream. Leave it running, I guess. Let's just see how it fares. Let's move this can out of the way. Grand. Okay. Oh dear God, that's terrible. That's really bad. It's fine. It runs fine over Airlink until it doesn't, and then it just is absolutely psychotic. And everything just sort of blurs. My motion becomes really delayed, and I've got it turned right down as well, which is the fun thing. This is not a slow graphics card. It's a 4060. This should not be struggling with this, and the Wi-Fi is pretty good in it as well. The alternative is I come off Airlink and I move back to cable, but to be honest, it shouldn't be this bad. It's sometimes it levels itself out for sure. Um, yeah, I may give the machine a restart, please. Oh, hello. How you doing, Isaac? You're right. Sorry, I'm having some issues with Airlink. Where trying to build with Airlink sort of lagging out is not fun, mate. It's not fun. Um, I'm just seeing if it sort of sorts itself out, or if I have to just restart the PC. I'm just going to wave my hand around so I can sort of keep track. Yeah, that's the funny thing, actually. I discovered this the other day. In build mode, if you've got hand tracking, I'm doing this on a Quest 3 through PCVR, but if you've got hand tracking, I can actually move my hands using the hand tracking. If I just quickly tap with the controllers. Um, oh. Oh, it's not working today. That's interesting. It's sort of working. It's kind of mapping to my hands. See my hands going up in the air sometimes. Oh, look at that! It registered. It registered that I had my hands in the air and threw confetti, even though you can't see it. That's hilarious. I wonder if that works in regular mode. So I'm just trying it. Okay, I think the lagging may have sorted itself out. Difficult to predict with these things. I don't know why it happens. I don't know why it stops. Sometimes it does just fix itself. Could be Wi-Fi interference, I guess. I don't think the machine's struggling. Not really doing much, to be honest. Right. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Oof. We are going to turn off snapping. That's very important. Oh no, that hasn't sorted itself at all. That hasn't sorted itself at all. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay. We're gonna bring that down. Remember, I'm not a very good character modeler. Okay, I'm very, very amateur. But what I need to do is I need to color match first of all. So I'm going to use me as a sort of a color match. This is going to be quite difficult because vertices and player models, sorry, vertices, objects that you place in the scene and players respond differently to different light sources. That's a really fundamental thing that took me too long to notice. That static lights affect player shading. This is dynamic lights at least. Oh dear God, this is terrible. I'm going to restart. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. This is not good.
Testing. Yeah, that took way too long. I'm really sorry about that. It's just having a few problems with some dependencies, but I hate that. I really hate that so much. So I'm now on a cable. Airlink, for some reason, is just, I don't know if this is getting heavy air interference right now, but that was not conducive for build mode. Not good at all. So Airlink sometimes, it usually works absolutely fine in the evenings, but for some reason, there'll just be random pockets in the day where it just won't work well, which is a shame, but you know, it is what it is. It's still fairly experimental, I guess, and plus there's probably a lot of interference in here. So where was I? So I was going to the goodies on the cable. That's working very fluidly. So now I'm going to just try and color match. I'm not great at this, but if I just choose a color like so, that's just a very basic skin tone. I'm going to flip across to manual just to alter that just a little bit. Then what I think I kind of want to do here is I want to go and let there's no natural shading, okay? And then that's still not quite what I'm after. I'm having to compare that's way off. I'm having to sort of compare the skin tones based upon how it looks on me. So it's got to be a little bit more, just a little bit more tanned. No, I'm a little bit more pinkish. Let's try heading in that direction. There. I mean, it's close. It's close. It's really quite close. So it's kind of going off a little bit. So we'll just go this way. Oh yeah. Back that way. It's really imprecise art, this. If I could just, color drop a color on the screen and then pop it in here as like a hex code, that would be a killer feature, actually, using a hex codes in here, because you could very easily use the external app to sort of, if you're running PCVR, get a color that you see from like a character model, and then come back and actually apply that in here. But again, this is a silly idea. I don't know if it has any, pardon the pun, legs. But we're actually going to try and build some rudimentary legs, and maybe a bat. Nothing dirty, just to make it look like people are actually lying on a sun lounger. So with that done, with unlit now what I used to do is kind of bring this down a bit and then pull that down here. Oh no, come on. I hate this two-handed grab. No. Why did that move that separately? Let's just pull it down there a little bit and pull it in narrower. Okay, that's just thinking of chair. I just need to pull it down just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not at the level of the sort of the Toby K's and the Pride Deaths and the Shahzads. I'm not another character modeler. Like you had a good old tantrum together. I've always wanted to sort of try and recreate my avatar using primitives, which I think could be fun. It wouldn't be very good, right? But screw it, we'll start somewhere. So just gonna sort of bring that in. That's gonna be a sort of a heel just here. And then just sort of pop that down there. I don't know if that really looks like heels. I don't even know if that leg's long enough, really. I'm going to use the character as a sort of a reference. So, yes. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to throw you back there. So that's quite a chunky leg, but that's okay. It's just bring it that way. And then I'm just going to bring this back. Wonderful. Okay. So we've got our... It looks quite dim because it's selected out. It's come back to life now. Okay, so, okay, so, this is not going well, dudes. This is not going well. But I don't care, whatever. Okay. All right, I mean, great, that'll do. This top part can do with being a little bit smaller, I think. Let's just try that. So, oh man, that is not a good, that is not a good leg. Oh, hey, who's that? That is Whiz Pie? Mate, sorry, I'm trying to look at my VR headset at the bottom. Whiz Pie. So what I'm trying to do, buddy, is this is brilliant. I'm trying to make a sort of a leg really badly. I'm not a character modeler. Like I said, there are some phenomenal character modelers on this platform. Their names are Shahiza Rashad, Fried Death, and of course Toby K. They are absolutely top in their field. There are some other great ones as well, but those are my personal. I don't usually do favorites, but they are the best as far as I'm concerned. They're the ones to watch. And I'm not a character modeler in the slightest. I just had this fun idea to see the saddle engines behind me, just over them. So when you lie on them, it can draw sort of rudimentary feet on it. And that could be kind of fun. And the reason I want to do it is because if we actually go over here and sit here, this is the same sort of thing that haunts us in Horizons, because we don't currently have any pose ability. We can't make characters lie down. This is sadly a newer product than VRChat. VRChat's been around a lot longer, and it has these options. But I want to be able to just put sort of like legs here, so it kind of looks like you're just, lying down. It's a stupid thing. I don't want to spend too long on it. The rest of the build's go be done. But if it's a bit of a thing, it could be fun. So now I'm going to just take a copy of that leg. I'm actually going to spin the camera around a sec so you can see me doing this. So I'm going to take a copy of this leg now, because it's fairly symmetrical. And then if I just push that there a little bit, okay. And then, this is a really bad idea, buzzers. And then what you'll do is you're going to get a sphere, and I'm going to colour the sphere with a nice sort of neutral jet black colour. And I'm going to make it sort of plastic on this one because, yeah, why not? Yeah, why not, eh? Let's have a black bikini bottoms or a speedo or whatever, right? I think this is quite ridiculous. So, I too love, like, Horizon Worlds just gives you so much. Like, the build tools are quite. Jesus Christ! That's a camel toe. I didn't just say that. Oh God! I just said that. It gives you such sort of crazy freedom, but with some very basic shapes. Okay, hey, that kind of works. So for now, just oh dear. Oh no! Oh, this is so bad. I kind of want to. It's kind of gotta have a butt, right? This can't be too perverted. Like this isn't everyone's dream. Like, so I can't go too far. There's gonna be. Oh, what's going on here? I've been duplicating, and it's decided to sort of like just die on me. Okay, fine. Let's just ignore whatever the heck's going on there and group that together. And let's just take this over here. So what we can do here is spin the camera in and say, I don't know what, that's a bug. That's got to be a bug, that duplicating thing. So let's just bring that over here. And then what we'll do is we'll sort of stretch that out a little bit. Not so it's too big. It's got to look kind of natural. And again, remember that this can't be, because I'm stuck working with primitives and we can't use tri-mesh. I have to use quite basic shapes to do this. I don't want to use a million shapes to do this. This is what's quite simple. This is not an integral part of the map, and this is just something that I'm doing for fun. So that's why it's going to look shabby. But that's okay. Welcome to Horizon. What else we work with in cubes and stuff. Oh, it's at collidable as well. So that's a fundamental. I need to turn collidability off, otherwise I won't be able to walk into it. And then if I just jump myself in here, that is. I may need to bring the dippy level up a bit, because that's not. Oh, jeez, that's really not happy, is it? It's not enjoying life. Okay, how? That is rubbish. Oh my God, that's so bad. Look. Oh no, it needs to be smaller. Basically, I've made it too generous. So if I just bring that down a smidge, like there, I could sink it a little bit as well, just to do me a bit of a favour. And if I just come down here and sit in here, what happens? Does that look extra terrible or just slightly terrible? Oh, there we go. That's really bad. But I think it's really bad because the sinky area is a bit too low. So what I'm going to do here is get the sinky area, which should be... where the hell is he? The problem is I have a tendency to lock things to stop me accidentally moving them. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not on this occasion, matey. Maybe not on this occasion. Let's just have a look at that. Is that the sinky area? Well, we'll try it, certainly. I mean, oh, damn. I mean, that. Oh, now I don't know where I started. Oh, idiot. Okay, let's just try bring it down just a little bit and let's see what that looks like. This is gonna be an absolute pain to get right. Usually I try and oh, actually I can bring in yeah, I can bring in a model, can't I? Because I have this bot with me. So if I just march her into here and pose her right, so I'm just gonna no, you can't see this unfortunately, but if it's gonna use the model right to position it correctly, and oops, where'd I go? Okay, what I'm gonna do here, come across here, and I'm gonna select. Got that one? Yes, this one. So I'm going to use the model of the butt to determine where the butt position is. Then that is around about right. Gosh, I mean, this is going to be real fine tuning and subjective, but I think I need the butt just about there. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so if I just come in here, and I'm going to spin the butt around now. All right, there we go. So if I just sit myself here. Okay, so this is not good, is it? Look at my stumpy legs. Ah, look, you massive sunlanger. All to myself, eh? So, this is so weird. That's interesting. It just sort of bounced me upwards. I think I need to move all this forward, you know. It's like it's, okay. I may need to redo these colliders, you know. Okay, let's try it. Now, if I just jump here, what I sort of need is something just to move me into position, like a script of some kind, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I don't want to get too chewed up with this because this is kind of like a joke. Like, and the colours are way off as well. Yeah, because as I said before, the objects in the scene respond to a combination. If they're static objects, they're non-animated. They respond to static lighting. So that's like yeah, emissive surfaces, etc. But avatars respond to fixed lighting as well. And so you'll notice if we've got a lot of fixed lighting and in environmental lighting, global illumination, that's the thing they respond to. But then you've got vertex lighting, which I've noticed is that players don't really respond to at all. And which is your dynamic lights. That's the movable lights, right? So environments do light up with that, even animated surfaces, to a degree. There are limits to that. I'm just having some drink. I got a very patient cat stare at me, wondering when I'm going to give him breakfast, but can wait a little bit longer. It's fine. I just feed him quite late last night. So I'm not sure this idea is working. To be honest, I might just leave that there for a sec. It's a bit of fun. It's what we can do, and this is the last thing that I'll do, is I'll bring the script block. So here's an idea. I only want the legs to be visible if the player is actually standing in this little zone here. Otherwise, I don't want the legs to be visible, right? So what I'm going to do is bring in a gizmo. Now I'm going to just jump you out into build mode so you can actually see me doing this. So if I just pull this away. Now you may not be able to see the script, but I can always engineer that for you. So the first thing I need is a trigger, okay? This is one of those things that responds to when players enter. And that's not the final positioning, but by the way, I'm just sort of leaving that there while I assemble what I need. So script is going to be... Now, the way I tend to work with these is a feature called occupancy, where we control a integer based upon. I can actually probably bring you into this if I just spin you around. Oh, you can pull up with your script and say, boop. Okay. Whoa, that's mighty. Here we go. Let's go. So I'm going to call this. This is going to be a generic script, right? It's not going to be called like legs and sun lines, possibly. I'm just going to call it like appear, object appear. Not bad. object appear on occupied, right? So this could be used in other places when players walk into a trigger of some kind. So first we're going to have to add, now you can't see me doing this unfortunately, but we're going to have an object which we're going to create as a variable, and that is going to be the thing that we add in. And let's give them longer names like toggle visible state on on occupied, but sadly. Right, okay. And object, and then, so we got one variable called object, which is a type of object. It's there, because it's generic naming, right? And then we're going to have an integer, or a numeric value, called occupants. Occupants. A different kind of pants than a pair of Speedos. And that's going to default to 0. So then we are going to say when will is started, very simply, and you will start to see this kind of stuff coming in now on the thing that you're currently looking at. You can see a set object visibility of the object to false. And so that's how it's initialized. It sets it to visible false. And then what we have is when trigger is not entered by object, but when trigger is entered by player, when trigger is exited by player. So we've got 2 more events coming up here. So I don't really care who the player is in this context. We can't really do much with that. So we might find it useful if we could, for example, pull out a color for the skin tone in future, if that's ever an engine feature that they introduce, so that we can match the color of the legs to the color of the player. We can do complete skin tone matching, which would be amazing, but currently that is not possible within Horizon Worlds. So you have to sort of just create some variations just to get a little bit of diversity in here. So what we do is we say set and the variable is going to be occupant. So on both of them we say, yeah. So when a player comes in, we have to set occupants. When entered, we basically add a value to occupants, and that value is going to be 1, right? Because we're upping it by 1. Okay, pull that in here. 1. And oh, right, lovely. So here we are. We are assembling this now to say when a trigger is entered by a player, set the occupants to occupants +1. And then when a trigger is exited, then we could safeguard this. We could put wraps around it to make sure the value is always above sort of 0. I've never needed to do that in Horizon Worlds at this point. And because this is not traditional programming, this is block script, you are limited on lines, even though we're not going to actually exceed that because it's never gone wrong before. I don't fear that it's going to go wrong now. And it is a trivial feature as well. So we're not going to add in that a level of complexity because we just simply don't need to. So let's save the brain cells. So what we now do is we say we're going to put in an if on both. And then if, just to sort of cover this off, if say greater than, so if occupants, so on the is trigger entered by, if occupants is greater than, that's going to be 0. Okay. I could do greater than or equal to 1. But with this one, I'm just going to keep it at 0 for comparison's sake. There's no real run answers there. Move this camera down a little. So when again, what we say is, so when a player enters, if the occupant is greater than 0, we need to just set the object visibility of the object to true. Else, if we are less than or equal to 0, should there be less than 0, but we put that on as a safeguard. So we need to just set the object visibility to false. And that, oh, sorry, let me just, that was really quick. I'm so sorry. You just open that back up again. Oh yeah, you messed that up, haven't I? So just to sort of leave that on screen a little bit longer, you can kind of see now that's how the script looks. Unfortunately, you can't resize this window to show you the whole thing, sadly. But that is it. So if I just sort of, can I scroll down in here? Maybe? I'm not sure. So a little like, no, I can't seem to at the moment. That's infuriating. Oh no, we can. Just gotta come a bit further back. So I control this off boss is interesting. So basically what we say is, on the world start at the top there, we set the object visibility false. So that just saves us having to memorize doing that against the object itself. Then we say if trigger is entered by player, we set the occupants to the current value of occupants +1. So if it's 0, the first person to enter it takes it to 1, second person takes it to 2, etc. And if the occupants is greater than 0, then we set the object visibility to true, because there is at least one person in. That's the really important thing. I see a lot of people doing their first scripts, and what they tend to do is they'll do it on trigger end to then set the object to visible, and when player leaves they set it to false, and that's okay for the enter, but on the leave, unfortunately, if two people walk into the zone and one leaves, then hides it, and you've got that one player sat in there like a lemon wondering what the hell's going on. And I see this with door scripts as well. People always do this with door scripts. As you are, the occupancy pattern that we're looking at here, that is the one to do when you're doing door scripts. You basically have a similar thing. You have a trigger. If there is at least one player in there, on the state change of that occupancy value, you just check. If it's 0, you start closing the door. If it's 1 or higher, you open it, or over 0. Super important, super important. Otherwise, you do that with a door script, you end up slamming doors in people's faces when one player walks out. So yeah, this occupancy pattern is a good one to know. Do study it. Yeah. Cool. Right, let's close that and move on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come down here, and I'm going to go into this trigger. I'm going to give it a name because I like naming things. So we're going to call it legs trigger. Legs trigger. Okay. And then we select blend screen mode. That's strange. What does that mean? That's a new flag that's just appeared. I've not seen that before. If I turn it on, what happens? Interaction prompt icon, interact, aim, close control. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, let's turn that off. So that's basically if they're playing on a mobile or web or whatever, then that's sort of little prompt icons that pop up. I have to go back to Lotus at some point and sort that out, because being able to get people to pick up drinks and actually walk around with them is against a fun feature, this seems a bit sloppy not to have that turned on. Okay, so I'm going to set the script on this trigger to object appear unoccupied. Occupants is 0, I don't need to change that, so those variables have sort of just come up. And if I just brush down here a sec, so you can kind of see on down. So you can see that's called the legs trigger. It's been named. You don't have to name things, but I like doing that. So when I come across a trigger and they go, what the hell is that? Okay, sure, I can see what script it's assigned to, but yeah, it's nice to just give things names, because when you get further down the line, you forget things. So you see at the moment the occupants is 0 and the object is 0. That's perfect. But what I'm doing is I'm going to take this base set of legs as a model. I'm going to drag the blue sort of pill from that and drop that into. So I'm having a few problems here. Oh man, so that's popped up for some reason. I don't know where that happened. Let's try it again. So we're going to pop this into object. So the entity group, I'm going to call this object legs. Again, there's no real point in naming everything. I just like doing. It's fairly opposite of the legs, right? See, I noticed when I've done that now, the legs have been set as animated. So if I just quickly refresh, you can see the legs have now disappeared, right? In build mode, you can see the bounding box where they are, because in build mode, yeah, you should be allowed to see things that have been altered in some way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little trigger, just bury it down here, okay? So that it appears when people stand in it. So I'm going to just bring you back out of build mode now. We're going to have a little test. Oop, oh dear God. Come back here. Okay, so if I just park you there, so I'm going to come out of build mode there. Woo-hoo! Okay, let's try this. Ready? So we've got legs that appear on trigger, and I can do little tweaks as well, like you could do a script that basically guides the player in to basically lock them in position. You could do that. That is a thing. It's not bothered, to be honest. I spent too long on this already. But yeah, here we go. We've got rudimentary legs. I know. Great stuff. They're not colour mats, that's so bad. But there's the problem is you can have all sorts of skin tones in here, so it's a bit of a waste of time trying to match it all. Give us extra features, Messick. Come on, you know you want to. Right, okay, onward. So I'm going to just go back to my reference picture a sec, because I had a reference picture that I was working off, and I'm going to put in some sort of pot plants today. I need to make this, and now I need to do some doors, I think. So we are going to use a similar, I need to work out how those doors are going to open over there. You know, there's these wonderful, there's these wonderful doors here that we used. And I gotta be honest, I haven't really thought, I put to mind how I'm gonna move them. I'd love them to sort of concertina open, I really would. But I just don't know if I can be bothered. Although it would be an impressive effect, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Hey Jerry, how you doing? Good to see you. I've got the audio enabled on the Instagram stream today. How are we today? Yeah, I really would love these concertina, but I think I might just make them slide. That seems more... Hey! Fantastic. So we're making a Greek village area. This is, I haven't really built anything in a good while. Not anything serious, at least. So I'm trying to do a fairly quick build. Aiming for Sabitina. Oh, Ty had been working a lot. I'm scared the money's rolling in, I guess. I've been working a lot. That's always a good thing. Hey, we all miss you here as well, buddy. No pressure. I think Hey, we've got J Raid on the Instagram stream right now. So he was one of the original teams that I worked with on Horizons. Absolutely fantastic guy. We built two bits together, and that team was an absolute ride. A few like that. So I was meant to say a few years ago. It really wasn't. It seems forever. It was about a year and a half ago. Really enjoyed that. That was a great team. We worked well together. Still. Here we are, building Greek houses now. But thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. This isn't released yet. This is just oh, actually, we're going to do some stuff with particles. Check this out. This is really cool. So, Meta sort of accidentally released some particle effects as music notes at the moment now. With these sorts of prototype effects, they are risky. Oh, have I died? Hang on. No, I'm back. Cool. With these sorts of particle effects, they are quite risky. I would suggest, until you're comfortable with them, not trying to work with them in one of your existing maps, because if you overload them, you can cause your map to be inaccessible. So wish me luck, but we're going to do this right now. Just to create some sort of splashing effect on here. Particles are great, right? Because I used to always work with I think the Fireblock script is what I called it, but in reality it just took a bunch of shapes and then sized them and turned them and recolored them over time, which created a really sort of attractive fire effect. And I'll put one of those in here at some point, maybe on a torch or something. I haven't really decided. But those unfortunately are tracked objects, so they eat the hell out of your dynamics. Which means that you can't have a zillion of them in one map, because every single object is being synced between everyone's headset. It's quite noisy on the network traffic. But particles, on the other hand, particles don't need to be synced between headsets, which is why when everyone comes in, they appear to be starting from scratch every time. So yeah, these were accidentally leaked by Meta themselves, by God, for 2 days on a given weekend as part of a jukebox, which they put out, Trimesh jukebox. Now, of course, Trimesh is not open to us non-early access peeps, unfortunately, but a lot of people grabbed it out of the store and rightly so harvested the effect, and Meta seemed to be okay with us using it, which is good. But again, like I said, it is quite dangerous. I'm seeing a lot of people using it in their worlds. and they are causing really crap frame rates. Like you'll go into some worlds and they'll just be absolutely bursting with these particle effects because they've put them everywhere and they've made them really sort of high frequency and dense. But the problem is, like, unless you're really, really careful with it and you don't watch those frame rates, you're going to be running a world that's just be running so chronically. I've seen people run out of worlds that have done that, just shouting, "Oh my god, this is just nauseating!" and just watch that, because it's not fun for people. There are people who are photosensitive, motion sensitive, and when you slow that frame rate to like 20 frames per second on a screen that's strapped to people's faces, that doesn't go down well at all. That's not a good discipline. So if I jump into assets, look in my little section here, and yeah, music notes, particle effects. So this is I need to bring you to Builder, don't I? If I just press that and swing you around. So this is the newer particle effect, the music note one. Now I've seen some people trying to sell this. Never buy assets, never buy these things in Horizon Worlds. If anyone's got something that you don't have, unless you've built it manually, they've basically, don't do it. Don't do it. There are people out there who give this away for free. Again, Evil Smoke is a good one to name drop there. He's an incredible individual that puts together lots of sort of asset packs and gives them out for free to the community. You've just got to ask him. The stuff that he builds himself, he will sell. Of course, he's got a business model, but if it's if they should be free, they're free. So if I just hit play on start there and I run that, you should see little blue music notes coming out very subtly. If I just get in close. So that's quite a light effect. And this is the thing people are doing, don't get me wrong, even on, I'm critical of the frame rate problems on the high frequency ones. I do love the creativity of what people are doing. Like Piggledy has done a world called Stream Beta, which is absolutely fantastic. When you walk in there, I did a video on it a little while ago. It looks almost like Skyrim water, the way he's positioned these effects to create like almost water spray. It runs very, very well. It's just... yeah, it's really, really nice. Go check it. Stream Beta. I'm assuming it's still called Stream Beta a few days later. So you can see that these notes are going in a certain direction. And of course, they look like music notes. Now, if I show you the properties dialog here, this is quite interesting, right? So if I just spin you up to where the properties dialog is, it's in JB, VFX, jukebox, visual effects. So if that's no good. Can I? Why is it docked behind there? Come on. Okay. Oh no. What just happened there? Let's try it again. So if we close that and reopen it. Okay, that's better. Let's just fly up here a sec. So, that's not it. What the hell? Down here? Okay. We'll get there. Sorry about that. It's not really designed to be used on a PC. I'm doing my best. So you can see here the prefab name in there is actually the musical note. So there's a sort of a vision that at some point this is going to be, they're going to tighten this particle effect up, which will make it a lot safer so you can't sort of override it, especially with the newer capacity. Oh, this is a new thing actually. So capacity is changing. The perfunctory sort of capacity calculations that they've had in since the start are going out. They're being removed. However, they're being replaced by memory utilization. Now, depending how you've built, and I won't go into any details there, you can either find that you're not going to see that much sort of gain from it, or you might see problems that if you're running a world that is too heavy on the headset, it might need you to sort of downsize a little bit. And I'm not going to sort of go into potential for that, but yeah, again, if you're running at a slow frame rate, that's not a given. But you know, it's chances are you're chewing some performance up that maybe you shouldn't be. But I did have someone actually come in the other day and test the Lotus. So that she sat in the Lotus and did a quick sort of performance test for me. And as an early estimate, they reckon I was using 3.1 gig out of the 6 that we're going to be getting, which is great because I'm currently at capacity. I always designed that place to be, the reason it looks blocky is because I want it to be highly performant. So I didn't use many complex meshes in there, and there's not a million animations in there. Simple, the performances. And people seem to sort of respect that and like that, and I'm pleased with that. But that's the reason it's not highly detailed. I had a sort of conversation with Crazy last year, and I said, like, people really come to Worlds for the people. You could just drop a triangle in space, and if you just stood on that every day, people would join you and have a whale of a time. But obviously that's no fun. That's a very exaggerated sort of scenario. Yeah, it's supposed to build nice things and come up with like nice interactions. But again, these are limited power headsets at the moment. We are not, this is not Project Avalanche. We're not streaming things to headsets yet. It is reliant on the very light hardware that's strapped to your face, Abby. So anyway, sorry, back to the particles. So if you look in the music notes sort of prefab, oh, Jesus, I'm going to have to just move back to do this, aren't I? Oh dear, that's too imprecise. But basically, if you open up the prefabs at the moment, musical note is the only thing in there. So I wonder if, in time, they're going to start giving us more prefabs, or perhaps a better, like a version 2 of this particle effect. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play a little bit now with a density. So if I just position you here, you can kind of see those notes. So there's a few things you can do. You can change the color, although the color property is a bit weird. Actually, to be honest, if I just change that to a really different color and I start, does that change the color? No, it doesn't. Okay, so if I go into, I think it's going to specify a really long number for the color. We seem to have an RGB and what looks like an alpha, which is weird. So 0. I don't really understand how the color in here works, because the numbers seem to be in decimals, but it looks like an RGB, but one of the values here is like 1.5. Now, traditional colors in Horizons go 0 to 1. So that doesn't make any sense. That really doesn't make any sense. Yeah, okay. So I think it's darkened the notes a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try turning that down to that. What happens? Oh. I now can't see them. So that's definitely some kind of alpha. If I set them to 4, oh wow, they're now very visible. If I set that up to 10, what happens? Just get to fiddle around with these values a little bit. But like I said, watch the densities. If you go with, I think it's length and density are the 2 killers. If you get them wrong, you will lock up your map and you won't be able to edit it, and the whole thing is wasted. You could probably just sort of back it like this, ping the bum. So I've now got alpha set to 10. I'm just going to up that to 30. I don't know what values I'm shooting for here. I don't know what the min and max is of this. Okay, all good. But that colour seems about on point anyway. So the size as well. I'm just getting density's currently on 3, right? So I'm going to up that to 7. Wish me luck. I don't know if that's needs me to stop and start. Let's try it again. Okay, so that's definitely got a bit more dense, we say. And the speed in brackets wind is what they call it. Is that's interesting. That's set to 10 on the z-axis. So if I set that to 0, I may have to stop and start that again. A lot of these pre-release assets aren't very obvious in what they're doing. So if I set the what I believe is the y, and that doesn't explicitly call it y, but to 50, let's see what happens. Stop, start. As you see, that's made absolutely no difference. There's a looping control in here as well, which just doesn't seem to actually do anything. So density is now at 7. I'm going to up that to sort of maybe 10. You've got to be very, very careful with these values and just do them in measured fashion. Okay, I really want them to go kind of straight down. So the drag in here is an interesting one. It's currently set to 0. I want to set that to 6 and see what happens. Oh, Jesus. You can't see that. Look at that. When I set the drag to anything other than 0, it's now literally t-shirting these things up in the air. That's so funny. I'm going to try setting it to -6 and see what happens. So ignore the Z rip in the background. That's just an invisible collider. That won't be visible in the actual map. So right, that's now set to, oh, I didn't like that at all. So I set the drag to 6 and it went upwards. What is the, let me just put the end thing a sec. Okay, so Y is technically that direction. Z is forward. Let's just angle that. They can pull it up to here. Okay, so what I now need to do is try and get this so it's going out the -Y downwards, right? So I gotta admit, I use this so infrequently. A lot of people really jumped on the particles and really sort of made a lot of them, but because they're just stuck at music notes, I prefer to see sort of like smoke glyphs. Then it would be very useful. Fire glyphs as well would be very, very useful, because you notice with these glyphs, they're not just images as such. They are variations of a theme. So you can see the music notes that are actually coming out as separate entities. I don't know the names for them, but that's a whole lot of different music notes. It's picking almost seemingly random ones. So that's going to be quite exciting if that comes out properly and we can do sort of smoke effects. I'm really looking forward to that. So if I just set that down to here. So now the drag was an interesting one. So when I set that to 6 before, I'm going to set that to 3. Let's see what happens. Oh, so 3 is really slow it down. So that's mental. So if I set it to 2, what happens? So 2 is coming back down to where it started. If I go 5, what happens? So 5 is really slowing it down, right? 5 is incredibly slowing it down. And if I set it to 6, what happens there? Oh, God. So 6 is now almost to a stop. If I set it to 60, what happens? Okay, so that's going to be dragging it properly. So I probably want the drag to be 0. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But then the speed of wind, I want it to be, I think maybe -7, and that should be -7 on the y-axis if that's to be believed, but it doesn't seem to actually be doing anything. That's funny. So let's try it on a different one. If I set it to 7 here, what happens? Okay, so the speed wind appears to be useless, which I don't believe for a second. I'm sure I've done stuff with that before. So funny. Okay, what if we set the drag to a minus value? What happens if I say -2? No, that's not possible. Can't do that. Okay, so turn that away. Okay, I mean, I'm here. That's incredible. So I really, really want it to sort of length may be a good one actually. If I set length to maybe 3. Oh, I didn't like that at all. I mean, it just kind of negated me. So 3. Oh, so length seems to be operational. So length is allowing it to actually reach the ground, which is nice. But I really would like to see with most particle engines, like this is quite a limited set of options, right? If you work with particle engines and like Unity or basically other sort of game engines, you'll get a lot of different options there. Like sort of like spread is a great one. So you can sort of, this is quite a large sort of almost conical emission that's coming out at lots of different varied angles, but quite wide, right? But if you want to tighten that up so it comes out in a sort of a stream and goes downwards, I would be expecting to see like a spread modifier, but I don't actually see that in here. So let's just try setting the wind back to 0 on that. Didn't seem to have any effect. I wonder if this is one of those effects that sort of takes place when you leave and rejoin or something. Stop that, play that. Go. I hope this isn't one of these things where I'm just going to like quit the map and come back here and it'll... Oh, dear God, speed seems to have just reset itself to 0 and 9. But what? That's crazy. Hang on. I don't believe what I'm seeing. Let me just stop it. The size is kind of important. So if I set the size to, it was 0.07, I'm going to set it to 0.02. I don't want to get too eager at this point, but let's try it. Play. So you see those musical notes have got a lot smaller. To be honest, I may do like inverted fire blocks on this one. Yeah, I'm going to do that. These particles, I see people doing great things with them, but they are not for me at this time. I need better particle gens, I gotta be honest. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right. Fire block camp, and that's the mini fire pit. Fancy campfire there, fire block camp. Okay. Let's get the fire block. I thought I had different versions of these. Oh wow. But crackly noises as well. Crazy, let's take that away. So we don't need the logs. Let me just spin you around a sec. It's no fun if you can't see what I'm doing. There you go. Great. So This is a fireplace that I made a while ago, but the real core of it is the much vaunted Fireblock script. So if I just stop and start this, you'll see that is the Fireblock script. I don't need a light glower, so I'm actually going to get rid of this. And I'm gonna rename it actually for the very first time. I'm gonna rename it, and it's gonna be called Water Block. Ready for this? It's very exciting. We're renaming the Fireblock for the first time. And I actually got the idea for the Fireblock script from there's a golf game, like a mini walkabout golf, and there's like a fire effect that they do in their Zen maps in there, and I was sort of having a quick go on that. It's not really my kind of game, I gotta be honest, but it's decent. That's cool. So, hit with me a sec. I've got to just think a little bit how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it against this. I'm going to edit the core script rather than duplicate. Nice, thanks. So I need to work out, like, we are varying between 2 points. So, this one is a little bit proprietary, so I won't be sharing this script on camera, but that said, it is easy to reconstruct, and I do encourage, when you're a bit further along with scripting, you do have a go at some of this yourself. That would be really cool. But yeah, I don't like sharing this. I've seen people replicate it though, and well done. I always said, if you can make it, you own it. It's okay. I ain't giving this away. You have a reason for that. If everyone keeps using the same effects all over the place, they just lose their specialness. And for me, that kind of ruins everything. Yeah, being too particular about that. Okay, so let's see what people come up with. So I need to work out OS at destination base. Oh, I've got an offset in here. So if I jump down here and I set the offset to -1, not +1 on the Y, this just got interesting. Boop. Hey, we just reversed the direction. Fire. Thank you very much. So the next thing we need to do is I need to work out, and I'm going to quickly Google this, right? Because my brain is half asleep. I'm going to look up 2 good watercolors, but we don't use hex in here, sadly. We use RGB values, and they're specified in a decimal variant from 0 to 1 for each component, which is give me blue colors in decimal 0 to 1. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, see, the problem is when I have to create a decimal, the standard way of specifying colors in decimal, of course, is like 0 to 255 for each component. And what I need to do is work it. Well, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say, so the original color is probably blue. So that's quite an easy one to calculate. That will be 001. So RGB 001. Okay. Just keep an eye on the time as well. I do need to get to the gym today. Okay, I think we've got another sort of half hour. So if I specify that, so you can now see these weird aberrations that happen when you're editing scripts, and objects don't reset themselves properly are always a bit of fun. So now if I go, I'm going to set this to blue as well, and I'm going to set these to maybe 0.3 and oh, that's a nice aquamarine. Hello. It's too dark, so I'm going to set that. I quite like that aquamarine. It's not a final color, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I really will. So if I do that, that's pink. And Jesus. Okay, we were already set in a second. You'll see where this is leading. So 0.6. That's purple. How is that? Let's go. I'm actually going to run over to ChatGPT. I really love ChatGPT. If you're not using ChatGPT at the moment, by the way, it's incredible. It's like Googling the answer and then removing any effort from filtering the results. Yeah. Okay, so give me some blue colors specified as RGB with values from 0 to 1 for each component. Let's see what ChatGPT does with that. Come on. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's literally just come back with exactly what I asked for. Whereas then using Google, unfortunately, came back with a bunch of nonsense answers, which I didn't, well, they weren't nonsense answers, they were correct answers. The correct answers were a question that I did not ask. But yeah, type the same thing into GPT. I can see now that cornflower blue, for example, is 0.392, 0.584, 0.929, and there's a whole lot of other blues here that I can work with, so let's get playful. I think, are these like a Dodger blue that I want? I can't. I'm going to open up a side tab here because even though GPT's answered the question, it hasn't really shown me. So if I just go Dodger blues, what is that? Oh, Dodger blue's a good one. Okay, I like that. That might be a start colour. So 0.118. What's the weather like outside? Slightly raining. Okay. Shame. That's why we build these sunny environments in here. It's always nice to come in here and pretend you're in a sunny place. Just we're going to put in some nice music and sound effects in here just to sort of add to the ambiance, as it were. So Dodger blue is 0.118, 0.565. And then he wrenched the entire headset off my head. So I don't like using cables because I move around a lot in VR, and cables kind of constrict my movement a bit if they get snagged on something, and it can be a little bit disastrous. I just feel a sudden pull on my headset. It's not good for the charger port, of course. Also, I don't like being a cable because the cable isn't really charging the headset from the laptop. Yeah, I think it gives it some extra power, but it does mean it will run out. So I hope that I can get AirLink working again before tonight. Saturday night. So Dodger blue, sorry, last one. I have real attention problems. You've probably noticed this by now, but I just can't concentrate on things. Sky blue. It's a sky blue colour. Just gonna type that in. Yeah. Sky blue's nice. Wonder if there's a light sky blue. Okay, light sky blue it is. 0.592. Oh, no, I messed that up. I've put the wrong thing in the wrong slot. So let me just replicate this. Dodger blue needs to go into original colour. So 118.565. Great. Okay. And then, sorry, light sky blue is at 0.529. And then we got 808.808. And then we got what? 980.980. 0.98, that'll do. Okay, so we've got some variance to that. I may need to go lighter again with that at some point, but I'm going to close that script for now. Now, of course, that's really messed up the script. When you edit a script in situ and it's performing these sort of mutations, you have to restart the world. So you open up your back menu, hit the restart button, and everything sort of comes back. So the next thing I'm going to do is I need to put this in place and potentially... Again, this is going to go horribly wrong, so I'm going to just stop that. Try not to move objects when they're animating. You can get some really interesting results when you do that. And they're not good. They're really not good. So I need to sort of precise these up a little bit just by turning snapping off and lining these up together. Because we're not dealing with fire right now. We're dealing with water coming out of a shower head. So I believe there is some randomization in the radius from which they appear. That's an important side note, which will help us. That's like the spread. So again, like you were saying about particle engines, when you deal with proper particle engines that actually are more configurable, and if you're ever in Unity, have a look at the way particle engines work in there. You'll see an absolute ton of bloody options, way beyond anything I've ever written. But of course, that's a big commercial one, and you know, it's a proprietary project. So of course, the Unity one's going to be better than any. You have to. That's a giveaway. So I think it was. You only got teamwork, and so there we go. If I just spruce these up to here-ish. Now, you can see I've moved this over here. So let's have a little look what happens here. And again, I can bring in control with this to say if the player's under it, it'll actually spray water. And I think that could be quite a fun effect. My cat's still looking at me like, hey, give me food. I will, mate. I'm sorry. Come on, you're well fed. You're well fed. I know you're an old man, but grumpy too, huh? Okay, so if we just turn that on, what happens? Look at that. That's okay. So I think the offset needs to be a little bit higher. But I think the effect is right. The effect is right, certainly. Yeah, that works for me. That does work for me. So if I now just jump back into the water block script, which I'll have here. That's so good. That's so good. I kind of want to do a physics-based version of this that actually squirts water into the pool from a fountain. Because even though it's fun to use projectile launchers, and that's probably a more efficient way to do it, I get a kick out of doing sort of custom particles. I just noticed the actual emission radius is not quite as high as I was hoping, so I'm going to just have a quick look at that. I'll keep it as blocks. There's something nice about using blocks rather than spheres. So, did I introduce spread in here? So, set speed, set alpha, set scale self. So, if alpha is greater than that, move set to the DP, scale, rotate, position. Are they going back to original position? I can never sure. I'm sure I did one with a spread on it. Wait, on reset, I've got random rotations happening. I've got I've got random Okay, so let me just take that offset. So I'm working it out that it's going to be approximately, the offset needs to be probably minus 1.8. I think that's going to cut it. If it overshoots too much, then I need more particles, and that's a bloody mess. So we don't want to do that. How are we doing on capacity? Good. Okay. 0.8. Oh, no, not 0.8. You're savage. Right. Minus 1.8. There we go. Try that. That seems to be cutting it. That's good. That's good. I can dig that. Although that said, you have to reset the world as well. Make sure you haven't screwed up anything. Yeah, no, 1.8 is not enough. Let's try doing that. I know 1 point. I want to see 2. I want to go full bore and just see 2. Slash round number. Let's try it. Okay. Great. Hi, Jenny. How we doing? I'm just trying some effects. A sec. Don't mind me. How are you doing today? Hey, this is nice. Who am I talking about? Okay. So the spread's not quite enough, you know. It's like everything is spawning in its original position. I kind of wanted to do something a bit more with that. Let's see, do I have a spread? I don't have a spread. Shit. Okay. So let's see. Where's the move? Oh, damn. Okay. Hang on a sec. I could bring a spread. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's engineer this. Let's do it. This is very exciting. I need a drink though, actually. I need to feed the cat. Yeah. I'm gonna go feed the cat. I won't be a sec. Okay, we're back. Sorry, ladies. So here we go. Okay, can we all hear me? Testing, testing. Heard me. Blah blah blah. Cool. All right, that's fine. Add that to here. Yourself. Excuse me a sec. Cat, you've got your food. Stop being a silly. Go eat your food. Come on. You can't be patrolling around here whinging. I've literally just put your food out. Stupid cat. Okay, so yeah, what was I doing? I was gonna do a spread on this, wasn't I? So just bring myself down a sec. Just make myself mini and try and bring that script as down with me. So yeah, so I haven't really modified the script since I created it last year, but this is gonna be fun. Here we go. It's really weird doing sort of script editing with like a literal waterfall in front of me. So okay, so spread. So the question is, do I want to do a vector-based spread? I think I do. I think I do want to do a vector-based spread. How's it? That cat, stop being a monkey. Goodbye. So I will say origin. See, spread is a bit of a misleader because spread almost intimates that once you've positioned it, the angle of it might change in terms of where it goes down. So I'm going to say origin spread is one variable, which is a significant upgrade. Vector, it's type of vector. And we're going to say the dest for destination spread. So that gives me a start and an end spread that I can use to randomize, which is always fun. I haven't told you to be able to chat now. Great. Okay. Perfect. So let's just make myself a little smaller. Oh no, a little smaller. There we go. Perfect. So still weird. So what we do, because you'll be just adding two variables, is cause this thing now to emit even lower. So the if the alpha, I'm going to say offset, right? So I need a variable almost. Yeah, I do. Okay, so okay. You have randomization of scale in there, which is interesting. Okay, that's fine. Because we're using a lerp to move the particles between the start and an end, not the actual local rotation of the object. So that's cool. That keeps the two very independent. And we like to lerp. We prefer to slurp. And I mean, like, spherical lerping is not a function built into Horizons, but it is possible. I think there's a command combined with a lerp. Some sort of exponent. What am I doing? Forgot what I'm doing. What time is it? 11:53. Damn it. Okay, let's make this the last thing I do, and then I'll end the stream here. So, I'm gonna say. Now I think I've got origin of OP, so I'll say that. I call it an alt origin or origin alt. Underscore. Actually, no, I'm going to go for an underscore origin. Okay. Underscore, to me, I've mentioned this before in a previous stream. Well, I use an underscore. It's not something designed to be set by a player. It means it's being automatically set because there's no way of sort of controlling what players can set in script, sadly. So the vector is that. And then I'm going to just create a similar one, which is going to be called destination. This will be different every time a particle drops from its origin position down to the end. So I'll call that dest. So I'll know because I've got an underscore that is the dealio. So if I go into vector, yeah, it's a good pattern that I've sort of developed for my own disciplines. I know if I see an underscore be suspicious, that's not something that I meant to be editing. Unlike sort of original, well, actually, I use the original position, original scale, and original angle as underscores. But yeah, okay. So now I need to get 2 sets in here. So your set 2, 1 and 2. And then we go set the origin and set the dest. Now this is where it's going to get a little bit fancy. So I need to say set the origin to, it's going to be a new vector. So this is in the expressions operators tab. It's a new vector from XYZ. Okay. And this is going to be, why I need to get a pattern correct. So the spread is a min-max, okay? It's a min-max, but it's specified as a positive, which I have to also turn that into a negative. So the new vector is going to be, that's going to be decimal. That's very important. So random decimal. If I do that as whole integers, that's going to get absolutely crazy. So random number with decimals. So we'll do the X one first. And that needs to be, I'm going to pretend people are only ever putting in positive numbers. I'm not going to over-engineer this because there's no need to a moment. So I'm going to say 0 minus, and then it's get the Y, that's X, I'm so sorry, X was Z, X, brain just fell asleep. So this is under vector mass. Get the X of vector. So 0 minus, and the F of, which is the origin. So I need to get the origin spread value. Yep. And then the X of origin spread is the, Jesus. This editor really few infuriates me. When you get too close to the edge, it just sort of scrolls and you end up dropping things in places you didn't mean to. So here, let's just do that again. So I'm just going to cut and paste this a few times. So X goes into Y. I could do this across multiple lines, but I'm not going to. Because again, you're limited on lines. You know, you only have 100 lines in a given script. So it does sort of encourage bad habits. Well, you have to sort of try and make the most of each line, which is terrible because then people have to scroll sideways to see your scripting, which is not good. There are programming paradigms that say like you should break down your code onto separate lines so people don't have to scroll horizontally as well as vertically. But unfortunately, that's, it's not the case here, but it's just, whatever, we'll live with it. And so between X and X, now we need to get the Y. Okay, so Y of vector, bush, and bush, and then while I'm here, I'm just going to say Z of vector, Z and Z, and then we put the origin spread into here, and here, and here, and move across, and here. Certainly vector goes here. Should move the alpha argument at there a sec. Great. So now we've got that for your destination. It's exactly the same. So I copy that whole function down there, but I start using the destination spread in each part and hope I don't actually knock out anything. Oh dear, I did. Go with destination spread. 1, 2, 2. In and 2. Wonderful. Okay. And the great thing about doing these as parameters is if you do need to vary the results, you absolutely can. So what I'm going to do first of all, you'll notice that because I've been hacking around that script, it isn't like work done. So I have to restart it. And then we're back to give it a second to warm up. As they with particle engines, they always, many particle engines actually have pre-warm up options. And again, you'll see this with proper commercial particle engines that they'll allow it to sort of projectively pre-warm themselves up rather than start emitting when you come into the map, but we don't care about that. We don't care about that because it only takes sort of a second or two to sort of get up to its full randomness. Now we're going to alter the spread, guys. This is where it gets a little bit more exciting. Thank you for being patient with me. Yeah, so we just pull this down here again, and we're going to try an origin spread to variate. This is going to come in an conical fashion, all right? So this is going to look really odd, like everything's coming together in a point at the destination. Actually, I'll start with the destination. So, and I don't need to alter the y, because the y is the height. I don't need to touch that, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say on the destination spread, I'm going to set that to be 1. This is going to be a huge layer, and 1. Okay. Oh, actually, I haven't fully implemented this. Sorry. What an absolute plank. So let me just move down. So I need to now sort the looping out. So the OP needs to be the origin that I specified. I've just realized I've made a bit of a grand mistake here. So, yeah, that's okay. Easily corrected. What I haven't done is use the origin and the destination as an offset too. So what I need to do is to plus that to the OP and the DP, which we'll get to. We just head up to here. Yeah, that would have been absolutely disastrous. We'll get so OP is my original position, okay? And let's make that origin. And then DP is my destination position. That should always guide me. Right, so if I need to just get that bit of vector mass popular. So you add vectors together. I don't know if most of you should already know that, but if you have 2 vectors, you can add them together and it adds the 2 x components, 2 y components, 2 z components. And when you do an addition thing, imagine you're taking a vector that is 1, 1, 1, and you're adding another vector which is -1, -1, -1, you're basically going to end up with 0, 0, 0 because it's applied each component to each at the end of it. So head. There would be just go out. Oh, I feel I fixed this. Well, that's weird. Okay, so if you go to destination spread again, I generally don't know why I didn't save that. Hey, what the hell, man? This spread. Don't know if I'm getting distracted. This is properly trying to screw me over. Yeah. Could be. Truth. Uh-oh. Cool. Right, so that's now done. We've actually got I don't trust what I'm seeing there. I think is the difference of an underscore is knocking that line out a little bit. So, instead of death spread, no. Trust your instincts. There was a problem. So y of, x of, tracking my way back. That seems to be okay. Right, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then, let's just try restarting that again. See if we now have a sort of we haven't applied the spread just yet. Of course, we held back on that. So we go with origin now needs to be that. My destination needs to be that, and the alpha is still valid. So now if I just refresh that again, do that console. So there we go. We've got a 1 meter by 1 meter spread. So we've specified we could halve it. Again, I'm not going to bother. That's a fairly finite thing. So what we've done there is we've allowed it to spread quite far out in the destination, which is a bit too much, to be honest. It's a bit too much. Although we can have a bit of fun with that spread, where if a player stands under it, right, we could make it appear to bounce off them. But no, that's too much. So what we do is we go back and we say, right, destination spread. Again, I can do it just across one axis. So if I do this, check what happens. It's actually going outwards, but you see it's, if I just roll around to the side, you see it's only doing it on one axis. The spread is only applying on one axis, which is crazy. So if I now come back here, what I really need to do is just to take that spread down. So I think I need to do something more gentle, maybe a third, or 0.2 maybe. Let's try that. 0.2. It's just subtle, right? Just subtle, little amount spread. That's once that gets going, you'll see that sort of stream quite nicely. But the other issue I've got here is that they're all coming out of sort of what seems to be a sort of a hole in the top, which is not how showers work, right? That's not how showers work at all. So what I need to do is sort of roll back to origin spread, and maybe I need to put like a 0.1 in there just to give it a little bit of variance from its original spread position, just on the X and Z. I don't want to do it on the Y because that will raise it up and down. And it's, look at that. You beauty. That's cool. And the great thing about these particle generators as well is that they do vary it up. So at first it sort of seems to come out in spurts, but then over time it's quite happily doing its thing. So how's that affecting the frame rate, guys? If I just jump in, how does that look? I'm going to bring you back in as well now. So yeah, so we've completed the spread on this bad boy. We've actually got a tap that, or shower head that actually runs. We've got a little bit of variance in the emission point up here, which is quite nice. Again, it's not the most detailed of models, but I always say that build with the plainest, most simple objects that you can, and then come back and spruce it, because otherwise, if you don't stick to that, look at me, I've got no legs. The hell? That's more like it. Thank you. If you don't build simple initially, what'll happen is you start slamming in that detail as high geometry objects, and you start getting really crazy with all the little bits and bobs. And what happens ultimately is you get halfway through the build and realize you are at a capacity, and you've got to suddenly drop the user count from 20 to 4, or even worse. You basically have worked yourself into a point where you can't complete your map without deleting all your hard work. So don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. So, I did say that was the last thing I was going to do. I want to do like water features there. I want to have like little boats and things in the distance. I think that'd be really cool. Might have islands. God, imagine if we could have like a massive cruise ship. That would be so cool. Okay. Let's just remind myself what the beach looks like a sec. I'm going to I think the color tone is kind of on point. Yeah, that just looks funny. I love this. I could almost bring that up just a smidge, but maybe. We'll see. I do feel like this is still too big. Like the lace just feel a bit too junky, but this is so silly. That tickles me. So, given that the collision mesh is absolute trash on the beach, I think what I might do is I might play with having an explorable area on the beach, if that makes sense. So not allowing players to actually walk across the whole beach, but just giving them areas, right? So what I'm going to try and do is just create a sort of path. Oh, Jesus. I even asked that spread script because that was cool. So I call it water block V1. And that's not the be all and end all, to be honest. That water block now, one of the other tricks I'm doing here is use physics. And have like a fountain that's using physics, which projectile effects are great, but they are, I see them everywhere now, and it's like they're still the sort of the go-to for that sort of thing, officially, but it's nice to try different things, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is on said beach, I'm going to bring in a block, okay? And that blocks are very reliable collision objects, because when you set them to invisible, they still look as they are. So if I bring you into build mode, so you can actually see while I'm fumbling around with you. So I can basically pull this down to here. They're actually drawing shadows in the PCVR client. That's really inspired. I like that. So what I'm going to do is, I kind of want to bring like steps in here. Maybe at some point, we'll see. Let's just see if I can track this a little bit. So, no, keep that wide. Now you can see from an invisible box where the thingies are. So, if I just sort of. Oh, hello. Why is my phone ringing there? Oh no. Okay. And the next visitors dropping off some stuff. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Right. Good. What the hell is he doing? Okay, let's just mesh this out. I don't know if this is necessarily the best idea to do this. It's a bit janky, but we might be on instantly. We basically can't do anything with meshes. The hell? It can't do anything with meshes really in here. But we can try and build sort of a wireframe, and this does remind me of working on the floor mesh in Koh Samui, which one day I may show you. So Koh Samui, I made a beach out of the same mesh, but I had to, we just have a little walk around test. This is a very small area. I think I might simplify that actually. I don't think it needs to be that complex, because that's objects I don't need to waste. So if I just pull that away, pull it away, we're going to watch the lines and how far they come off the ground at different points, which is very, very tricky to do. And so, I need to, so when you're in here in the Black Ops Mini, there is a object rotation, which you can set down to 5 degrees on the snap wheel. That can really help you do stuff like this. 2 seconds. So dig out. Through on all. So you could get crazy with sort of triangles and ramps here, but look at me, I'm buried on the beach. That's really funny. Could I? Okay. So the stank group is together a sec. Now, the first object you select, you take the axes off. So I'm going to do that and pull it up, and I'm just going to sort of normalize it a little bit. Like so. They'd be a little bit of the same shape, and I'm just moving the group as a whole. Try and give me a bit more of an extended sort of and do that. Because yeah, the collision detection on this is trash. I've got to be honest, it's really, really bad. I mean, so used by so bringing these things together. That's actually, again, I can make that less. Just freestyle this thing a bit. Just, just a tad. Going up, down. Okay, a lounge. Nightmare, guys. Nightmare. This is the worst kind of life for me. I don't know. Bentley Placents. How you doing? You okay? So, and more focusing. I'm a bit slow on the chats. What I'm going to do is I can't do this for the whole beach. That would be ridiculous. But what I'm trying to do is if I can get this right for at least the portions of the beach. Like, see, we've got some divergence going on here already. And you could do this. Oh, that was unexpected. Okay. See, it's not ideal, but let's see what happens if I rotate it even 5 degrees. I mean, okay, so we're kind of getting away with it here, which is interesting, but I'm not sure we'll get away with it here. I don't know. Let's just try this. I need to sort of. Okay, so if I just pull it up just a little, just a tad, and then I gotta rotate this sort of. It's really hard to do this in Horizons, and I really feel for character modelers who work with flexible meshes, because that's it's a tricky thing. It's very, very difficult to do. to work with these simpler dragged. And good grief. Need to almost freehand this, so if I just put it that way, and now I need to put it that way. Hi, Bentley Pleasance, you right? Sorry, mate, I'm being a little bit slow on. Right, let's have a look then. So how are we doing? Right, it's navigable. I'm walking on this mesh, and you can kind of see that we do have an explorable area, which is kind of neat. It kind of makes the map a little bit more cool, a little bit more useful. But first there are bumps because I can't freestyle vertices. If I could freestyle vertices, I could create a purpose-built collision mesh for this. But sadly, that option is not open to me in Horizon Worlds. I wonder what struggle the Trimesh team have with this. I'm sure they've got similar problems, but wouldn't it be nice to work with custom geometry at some point? That would be nice. I may do a little bit of banter building stage rounds, guys. I don't know how to stream that. I'm not really set up for it. It's a very different building experience over there. Something like so. Okay, grand. So if I 1, 2, 3, pull up down stage. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be pulled down a stage. I see some really talented people on this platform. Like, if you really want to see great city builds, and people who are amazing with manipulating vertices in ways that not many do. Check out the workers Golden's Hands. So the city of Atom is what he's famous for. And I wish he'd done some ramps. Yeah, Golden Hands. He made the city of Atom. He also did a tribute to a basketball player called Kobe. And that is a very impressive world. He's still exceptional with that. Well done. So this is I really like this beach. This has turned into something. This has turned into something. I like this. This is really cool. I would like to extend it down to the sea, actually. Let's try that. So the sea is non-navigable. If we just... That's great. Let's try it. Let's try it, eh? So if we just carry on... Oh, no, you mean to do that. Here. Yeah, pull that down this way. And then we just sort of pull this down that way. Oh, this is going to be insanely difficult. I need to just pull that in and angle it. See, I'm probably wrong. Horribly wrong, guys. Let's try it. Oh, that's sexy. Oh, I like that. Go on, come and join me. So if I jump down there. Oh, mate, that's so lush. I love that. We're in the sea. Look at this. This is so cool. Now, the problem is the sea's going to run out at some point, so I need to boundary this area off so that players don't fall through the maps. But I love this. And I must admit, I wasn't planning on doing a beach. I'm so glad that I am. I'm so glad that I got over that Koh Samui episode where I like the Koh Samui map, don't get me wrong, but this is looking cool. So good. So good. Okay, right. What time is it? 12:24. Okay, I got a few hours to get to the gym. We're making good progress here. So I'm actually going to boundary this off now, guys, because otherwise, we're going to have people falling through geometry. We can't afford that. So the good news is to boundary it. I'm going to just take you up here. No, yeah, this is called fencing, okay? This is the technique known as fencing. And fencing is simply using invisible blocks to keep players confined within a given space. It's a very, very useful trick that is used absolutely everywhere. Because in reality, running full-on collision checks on a whole map is very expensive if you allow players a lot of navigable space to traverse. But there is... Yeah, I'm just going to sort of pull that right up there just to make that very intentional. That's what I'm doing. So you can kind of see There you go, that's a fence on the side, which I'll pull out there. If I do want to place it a little bit further into the sea, if I'm being honest. That, not too much further, not too much further. There should be limits, but I don't want them because we're getting lost in the scenery. So I'm going to fence them in a little bit. Just check where that goes. That's not lined up. So need to be very careful of this because my snapping is set to, let's bring that up there. Can I align that way? I think that needs a line there. That's great. So I can use that. Oh, there's some seams there I need to watch out for. So I'll have to really test this. I have to really test this, both in terms of do players float up in the sky, and also do they or can they fall through the floor? Now, if they can fall through the floor, it's not the end of the world. I have a massive trigger subsurface where if anyone hits that, they immediately get respawned back up. So that I'm not too worried about. Okay, let's just grab this fence and pull this here. Just make sure it's lined up, okay? And then pull this down to here. Great. And okay, great. That's that fence that done there. Now I kind of want to pull this fence now along. Cheers. This is important. I hope I haven't just killed the bots. No, that should be okay. I'm just going to lay that way. Galaxy probably turned snacking precision on corners down a bit because, well, oh wow, that's, yeah, I'm going to do that instead. That's really frustrating me. So if I set that back to 15 degrees, that should be a better one. So if I tilt that, I'm out here. Oh, fatigue. Come on, dude. Right, there we go. Perfect. Let's pull that down. All right. Okay, so we have our fence. So pull this away. Maybe we could stretch that a bit more, but I'll come back to that. But the main thing is now I shouldn't be able to fall out of this. So we're going to just have a quick perfunctory test and make sure that we are wireframed. I love showing people this because people always assume that what you can see is what you can collide with, but when you come to meshes, that's not always the best solution, to be honest. Really isn't. And it allows your levels to run far more efficiently. Oh, dear God. Tunes. And snapping. Angle too low there. That's good. Just run that in here. Pull that down to me here. That's lovely. Look at that. That's kind of lined up. It's enough, to be honest. It's enough. I can't be bothered. At least because everything's all on wonk down there. So it's giving me more pain than it should be to fix. So just go back a big air. Lovely. Okay, all done. So now I'm just gonna have a little run around. Let's see if we can fall through the map. Push for that. Although I have just noticed a major thing. Did you see all these collision blocks? I think they're set to reset light and cast shadows. So we need to turn it off because that's going to slow down the engine as well. So if I just 1, 2, 3 and set that on the fence, I just noticed the dark, even though the dark sort of pockets on the sand look kind of cool, it's absolutely not intentional. And I think it might be spoiling the look a little bit. So I don't know if they're visible on headset. Okay, just gonna smooth. Go in, I think the static thingy. So a sec. Just gonna make sure I get all these blocks. Concentration. Good. And then I need to make sure I'm unselecting the umbrellas. Okay, and then we need to. Oh, hells no. What is that? Oh, wow, that's the. No. Oh, okay, that's more like it. So if I just go here, turn off the casting of shadow. Okay, great. And then we just come in here. We should now see. Yeah, that's returning back. So I'm going to bring you onto the beach in just a moment. Oh. Okay, so you can see some bumpies on my feet instead of going for the floor a bit, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be too precise. Because, I mean, hey, it's a beach. Sometimes your feet do go through the sand. I get it. It's not ideal. But at the same time, like, trying to match everything up with a mesh is painful in Horizon. So a mesh as complex as this, especially. So I'm kind of okay with that. But then if we jump into the sea, I'm just going to test, actually. Joe, the second map I tried ever building was actually a beach. I did such a terrible job of it. It was awful. It's full paradise. It's under my profile if you want to laugh. It's a wonder I haven't unpublished it, but it was a capacity test. I wanted to see, like, one, could I make a rudimentary beach to make it not look that flat? I chain blocks together, and of course that was my second build, so no, it looks terrible. And then how many sort of pyramids can I bring in to eminent vegetation? Yeah, it's oh, Atris, oh, this is good. It's good. So if we just jump into the sea, this will look a lot better when I bring the sea to life. But look at this. I've just, whoa. Nah. That's pretty funny. Okay, let's have a little run around, see what happens if I just check this way. Hey. Hey. Oh, incredible. So we're underwater. So this is a fun feature. I'm tempted to just leave this in, to be honest, because why not? I love it. I love it so much. Yeah. But that's fun. That could probably do with some sprucing. We are literally under the sand just here. But to be honest, yeah, let me leave you there a second. If I knock you, I'm sorry. I'll just respawn. Just come into build mode. Try and spot him. I'm in. Like down to here. Oh, I see. Okay. So if I angle this, let me just select the sec. Oh, hang on. No. Could I angle it? Yeah, that works. And then I just turn it a little. Hey, come on. So you're now. Oof, they're quite heavy, isn't there? So I just turn that up a little. Yeah, that works. And then I got to do the same for this. Oh. And I have to lock these binders because they're killing on my nerves. Is that right? Good. Okay. So you now need to come up just a smidge. And then likewise, you, sir, are also kind of a bit screwed. So it's just fine tuning, to be honest. There's no, it is what it is, right? Okay, let's do it without untune. Oh no. Hey, good thing. Wonderful. Okay, so that's maybe looking a little better, right? It's we're still sinking into the sand, though. I mean, I could totally talk my way out of this and just say, yeah, I'm sitting on the sand. This is a nice little dippable area. We just having a nice sit down. Maybe I'll put some towels here. That's actually creepy. Okay, if we just run backwards, like you can see, that does get markedly. Oh, that's it. But this is definitely subsurface. But I'm not too worried about this, to go. It's a bit of fun, right? It's a bit of fun. I'm still seeing lots of shadows up here. Are you seeing the shadows? That's pretty crazy. I haven't actually asked these things to cast shadows. She's just, come on, Teague. The hell? So, yeah, reflect light and cast shadows still on. It's incredible. Like, no, absolutely all kinds of no. Why are you doing that? Don't reflect light and cast shadow. Absolutely, yeah, do that. Did I hit undo or something? And it's just tried again, South. Can't just turn that. So those are definitely set to off, okay? Remember about these? Don't. But now, oh, I was just curious. definitely didn't set that. And then if we... No. Oh, okay, now this should just level out. I'm sure that they'd all disappeared. I don't know when it came back. Maddening. Okay. Think it's starting to repair itself now. Not sure. Cool. So yeah, here we are. We are under the sea, or at least in the sea. Technically now. Hey, oh, ha. Okay, you found a little area you can get through in there. That was fun. So I wonder why that is. To their sets and uncollidable at some of the lush. So we just come here. And you went, did you say it's the milk wind, wasn't it? Is that why that happened? The collidability's on. Collidability's definitely on. If I just come down here, am I really here? What happened? Yes, it's because we can't really see. And he's over here, I'm sure. Oh. Okay, we've got a little sinky through area. That's kind of funny. Is it this one? That collide was on us. Yeah, them as well. Random as hell. I'm like, you're a bot there, you're a bot there. It's maddening. How am I? Okay. Well, if I just jump up here or like this, then I not. Oh. Ooh, okay, found you. That's weird. So collidability is off on that. Turn it on again. What happens? Oh, geez, that's incredible. So this fence block decided it doesn't want to do its job, so I'm just going to remove that. That's mad. So Horizons has just decided that's on back to go, well, so you set something as collidable, I'm going to just ignore that, you know? I ignore that completely. I'm just going to do whatever I want, and I'm going to make people pass through it. Which is fun, I guess. Sure, into that sort of thing. I'm kind of not. Mash it here, so. I'm kind of after, if I set in as collidable, maybe collidable. That's generally what I'm after, yeah. Can I? Pretty simple, I think, so. I just jumped in here, what happens? Okay, so you now got collidability. Yeah, we got Verge. The actual Verge, man. Oh, I see, I've got a little gap then. Okay, makes sense. That was on me that time. Being that right there. What there? Okay, great. So we can't watch you that either. Let's keep 22. Really understand that scale I'm here. Is my camera ready? I was turning there. Okay, let's pull it up. Wonderful. Okay, am I sheet like literally in the surface here? Okay, only we've got something, haven't we? So if we just go, hey. I'll come back and fix that. That's a step out dip, isn't there? And we've gone absolutely underneath the water now, but that's okay. That's okay. So, bright, isn't it? I'm loving it. Oh, I need to. Oh, decent. Okay, no, that was. Yeah, that hasn't been fenced. So, let's just jump over and look at this beautiful shower. Lovely. It's quite heavy on the dynamics, so again, the tracked object to Quidu. So, Oh. Ew. Here we are. Here we are. Path. You gemster. And put some more fancy in here because you're not gonna lie, kinda needs it. You dare not want to do this, not this stuff now, so. Okay, I know what I need is I had a brain like a fancy staircase. I could make it myself, but I'm not going to. I don't think so. What with so it's go into here, and I'm gonna say stair. Okay, there. Place set stairs. No, actually not stairs. No, that's weird. No, that's kind of fancy, isn't it? It's not real I'm after. There is a. Oh, nice tool. It's there. It's like more decking, but it's sexy, but I don't know if I like it. I'm a fan. And oh, there are great ways to do what I'm about to do, but I'm not going to do them that way. Fun. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing over there, can you? In the bloody kitchen. That's no good. Let's bring you out here. Boy, check me out, I'm a titan. So I think I want to put like some kind of way to get down just here. We'll wait this out, to be honest. We jump into sort of Bill might be able to see what I see. So yeah, it's always the. I was jokingly said if you can't see it, I built it. Yeah. It made sense to another lifetime. So I am gonna bring that across to here, I guess. And then we'll try and. Oh yeah, I just didn't get very confused and very fast, I think. Then just to hear me to. Don't much. This is a good idea necessary, but let's try it anyway. Oh, Byron, no, that's oof. Good grief. No, what? Why is that? Why is that janky? Stop being janky. Well, what was that name? Right, they. From the spatial computing is you've got to be very aware of the objects around you at all times. So I'm gonna just. Oh no, what the hell? Did you that? And brave man. To ungroup that, but I can't take it. And take it. How many bullets to the bottom there? Come on, two foul. Okay. What the hell? How many objects were in this thing? Eh. Where's the handrails gone? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Right, get back. Why are the rails all the way up there now? Come on, man, what are you doing? I give up. Right, get back in that acid still. There's... Don't know, I both sometimes. Yeah, take those. It's just more of these here. Right. Great. So should I just pull this in here? And do my best. I warm it with smaller. Back to here. It's cute. So now, I need you to not do what you just did. Stay very, very still. Okay, great. Wonderful. It's not right, but whatever, really. I should miss. That works. That works. I'm happy enough with that. I do need to do something about the ends of these railings. Maybe I could just slide these beds across. This is why it's important not to sort of too much effort into simple areas until you are more sold with the design. Yeah. So, great. It's fiddliness, isn't it? So it went back in. Sure. Get down. Hold up. Got that, man. That worked, but I need to. That would be here. Okay, great. Good. Hi, Jenny. How you doing? Okay, I don't know what you guys are seeing right now, but oh, I do. Ha, cool. So a little look around. So this area's a bit more developed now. If I just drop in. Okay, we are. Day. You okay? That of it's coming together a little. I'm not happy with that plan. To be honest, I still want a jacuzzi is somewhere or a hot tub. I'm decided I'll come back to that. We have the shower now. Although I think for it to be running all the time is probably not the best idea. Probably now have a lovely. Oh damn, falling. The stairs need to act more like stairs, I think. Talk with a fun solution for that. So if we just walk around to here. we now have this fancy staircase, which I could do with varying the colours up, to be honest. Maybe having some black rungs. Might do that now, actually, while you stood there. So I need a metal of colours. Metal, metal, metal. You know, we're going to just take this down to here and have some... To hell now. So... Oh, yeah. Yes, okay. Oh, that was well done. That was well done. Okay, cool. So... Right, so we got our metal runs down here now. Actually, they'd be better in blue. I quite like that blue. It's a good colour. Alright, well let's head down to the beach anyway. So if we just run down here. The Okay, this is nice. This, even now this is the short album now. Yeah, it's running. I'm enjoying this. This is a good build. I'm glad it started this. Getting close to this. Okay. Oh, might take a break here actually, because I do really need to get down the gym today. I keep saying it and I'm not doing it, so here we go. Enjoy. And we'll see you again. Bye bye. Hello.